The air in Minneapolis this Saturday was thick with a chemical fog that made even the cameras sputter. CNN's Sara Sidner, on live TV, could be heard coughing violently as tear gas swirled around her. She described it as extreme. Yet she pressed forward into the chaos. Around her, protesters ran in frantic waves, their faces a blur of fear and anger. Federal agents, armed with canisters, unleashed clouds that turned the street into a choking maze. The footage cut to a trembling Sidner, gas drifting around her like a living nightmare. Her colleagues begged her to retreat, but she insisted on staying inside the storm. Later in the broadcast, she appeared almost unscathed, standing between police and protesters. But when the camera shifted back, her eyes were wide, her breath ragged. She was gasping again. The scene was a stark reminder that the city's tensions had reached a boiling point. All of this followed a tragic shooting earlier that morning in Minneapolis. A federal officer shot and killed a 37-year-old man, an American citizen, in a downtown confrontation. The Department of Homeland Security claimed it was a targeted operation against an illegal suspect. Reports said the man brandished a 9mm handgun and tried to disarm Border Patrol officers. When the agents felt threatened, they fired defensive shots. That single moment turned into a fatality, sparking outrage in the streets. Protesters swarmed the scene almost immediately, chanting and demanding accountability. The DHS secretary said the crowd was obstructing and assaulting law enforcement. She justified deploying crowd control measures as necessary for safety. Yet the footage shows how quickly violence erupted from a single exchange. And it wasn't the first time Minneapolis had felt the sting of federal intervention. Earlier in January, Renee Good was shot by an ICE agent while driving her car. Her death left a scar on the community that still lingers. Now, with another fatal shooting and tear gas assault, the city's nerves were frayed. The clip of Sidner coughing in the middle of the chaos became a viral symbol of the conflict. People around the world watched as she fought to breathe through the chemical haze. Her struggle mirrored that of thousands of protesters who felt the same suffocating pressure. The camera, at times, barely managed to capture the swirling cloud as it swallowed the street. Each frame was a reminder that the situation could spiral into something far worse. If you thought the story had ended with the death, think again. There was more unfolding behind the smoke. In the days that followed, social media exploded with clips of tear gas and protesters in distress. The narrative shifted from a single incident to a broader debate about federal authority on local soil. Some argued that DHS had overstepped its bounds. Others insisted it was a necessary response to an armed threat. But the core question remained: who is responsible for protecting citizens, not only from criminals, but also from the tools used by those in power? And how do we reconcile a system that can turn a civilian into a casualty within minutes? The answer lies hidden behind the gas and the coughing journalist. It was revealed that the tear gas wasn't merely a crowd control tactic. It was an escalation of force. Federal agents had deployed it with little warning, effectively turning open streets into a battlefield. This sudden use of chemical weapons signaled a shift in how law enforcement approached civil unrest. The city's residents were left to wonder if their safety could ever be guaranteed. In the end, the most chilling revelation is that the fight for justice in Minneapolis was still far from over. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more updates.